Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Power Up Pride Bundle of May 2025 to help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos for buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Echoes of the Plum Grove, a farming sim with survival and generational mechanics that takes a bold step away from the genre's usual sunshine and smiles routine. You're not just growing crops, you're building a legacy. The passage of time matters, and yes, death comes for everyone. You start shipwrecked on the island of Honeywood, where survival becomes your top priority. Farming is solid and satisfying, especially with features like composting spoiled food, and drying rags to preserve meat and fruit. The charming Paper Mario-style visuals pop beautifully, and the thick black outlines make interactive items easy to spot. You'll need to manage hunger and exhaustion, but don't expect a hardcore survival experience. These systems feel more like flavor than true challenges, and while they can be toggled, they rarely affect gameplay meaningfully. Villagers, despite their old-school 1700s Massachusetts vibes and quirky lines like Fare Thee Well, feel disappointingly shallow. They age, marry, die, but your connection to them rarely deepens. Quests are random and plentiful, but rarely impactful. You might end up hoarding items in the hope someone asks for them. That said, expanding your farm and watching it thrive through generations is deeply satisfying, even if the characters around you feel like extras in your story. Echoes of the Plum Grove does not nail every idea it introduces, but it brings enough heart and unique flavor to make it stand out. If you want a farming sim that dares to ask, what happens after the harvest? This is worth checking out. At number 2 we have Kindred Spirits on the Roof, a heartfelt Yuri visual novel where you guide 6 unique girl-girl couples toward love, all while helping 2 matchmaking ghosts fulfill their final wish. You play as Yuna, a quiet student whose peaceful rooftop lunches are interrupted by the ghosts of Sachi and Megumi, former students who fell in love after death but never experienced intimacy in life. They recruit you as their Yuri Cupid, hoping your efforts to spark other romances will help them understand love more deeply. What follows is a 25+ hour journey through delicate, emotional stories with surprisingly deep themes of identity, vulnerability, and acceptance. This is not just a parade of fluff. Each couple's arc is rich with nuance, often navigating the social pressure of same-gender attraction in a conservative setting. The writing is thoughtful, the pacing deliberate, and the emotional payoff, especially toward the end, is deeply moving. You'll likely find yourself rooting hard for each pairing, even tearing up as the final moments approach. Visually, the game's classic visual novel fare: charming art, clean sprite work, and lovely backgrounds. The voice acting brings each character vividly to life, and the music strikes a beautiful balance between whimsy and melancholy. Some repetition in the story structure and a few pacing hiccups may slow you down, but the payoff is always worth it. If you're after a touching character-driven romance that respects its cast and its audience, this Eurytopia delivers in full. At number 3 we have Haven, a sci-fi romance RPG where you guide a couple, K and U, as they escape an oppressive society to start a new life on a fractured alien world. You'll explore, cook, clean, fight corrupted creatures, and try to keep your relationship and your spaceship together. What you'll find here is a refreshingly grounded portrayal of love. Instead of galaxy-spanning battles, it's more about lounging in bed, bickering over chores, and sharing awkwardly sweet moments that feel honest rather than manufactured. If you're into cute couples being cute, you'll likely connect with it immediately. You glide through beautiful environments, collecting food and rust, a strange energy substance, while engaging in real-time combat. The system, reminiscent of JRPGs, is functional but grows repetitive quickly. Unfortunately, so does the exploration. Cleaning the 10th identical island feels like a chore, and heading back to your home base just to heal or cook becomes tedious. The pace is slow, and the gameplay loop does not evolve enough to sustain long gaps between compelling story moments. That said, when the narrative does unfold, it is thoughtful. The world building does not rely on tired tropes of evil empires, offering instead a nuanced look at control and personal freedom. Conversations with outsiders challenge your assumptions, lending depth to the tale. Haven is charming and sincere, but it asks a lot of your patience. If you're here for the love story, you'll likely forgive the grind. If not, you may find yourself longing for a faster route through this slow-burning sci-fi tale. And number 4 we have Sticky Business, a charming casual simulation game. This game lets you design and sell unique stickers on a simulated online marketplace. It offers a delightful aesthetic and a simple yet engaging premise. You start your entrepreneurial journey with a brief tutorial on creating stickers using built-in tools. The design options are plentiful, spanning various themes like gaming, space, animals, and more. Despite a lack of monkey-themed stickers, the available assets are enough to keep you engaged. The game's creativity component is surprisingly satisfying, encouraging you to experiment and feel proud of your designs. The simulation spans multiple days, with each action consuming a portion of your available time. Despite the limited actions per day, the game is relaxing, with lenient deadlines allowing you to play at your own pace. The restriction in sticker creation, using only pre-built components, foster creativity by providing a structured yet flexible environment. However, the business aspects of the game are underwhelming. Packing stickers involves clicking items on a list, and optimizing sticker sheets becomes unnecessary due to the game's generous profitability. Business decisions are minimal, with no pricing control or significant investment options, making Sticky Business more of a sticker creator than a business simulator. The game's characters, who share their backstories and struggles, add some narrative, but fail to create deep connections. Nevertheless, customer suggestions and experience points for sticker components add a layer of interaction and progression. With its calming soundtrack and charming art design, Sticky Business is an enjoyable experience that encourages creativity. While it falls short as a business simulator, it excels as a delightful sticker-making game. And number 5 we have Heart of the Woods, a Yuri visual novel that blends romance, magic, and mystery into a compelling and heartfelt story. You follow Maddie and Tara, two best friends filming the final episode of their ghost hunting show in the quiet, snow-covered town of Eisenfield. What starts as a paranormal investigation quickly unravels into something much deeper, filled with spirits, secrets, and emotional revelations. Rather than taking a predictable romantic route, the game gives you two distinct relationships to explore. Maddie and the ethereal Abigail, and Tara with the guarded but endearing Morgan. Each pairing brings its own energy, one quiet and thoughtful, the other messy and healing. But Heart of the Woods is not just about love. It's about grief, growth, and the kind of magic that lives in both the supernatural and the deeply personal. You'll uncover ghostly mysteries while watching characters wrestle with change, identity, and what it means to move forward. The pace is deliberate, the art is beautiful, and the soundtrack perfectly underscores the game's melancholic yet hopeful tone. This is not a visual novel that tosses in romance just because it is expected. Instead, it weaves love into a broader narrative tapestry, making every emotional payoff feel earned. With strong writing, beautiful visuals, and a hauntingly memorable atmosphere, Heart of the Woods leaves a lasting impression. Whether you're new to Yuri stories or a longtime visual novel fan, this is one of those rare gems that reminds you why you fell in love with the genre in the first place. And number 6 we have Welcome to Elk, a biographical adventure that blends storytelling, interactive minigames, and experimental narrative techniques. This indie gem transports you to a snow-covered Nordic village, where reality and imagination intertwine. You step into the shoes of Frigg, a newcomer to Elk, as she navigates a community brimming with peculiar characters and heartfelt anecdotes. Each day on the island introduces unique minigames that enhance the storytelling. From a quirky karaoke session to poignant interactions, every moment feels purposeful. The game's design, colorful characters against a stark white backdrop, mirrors the emotional highs and lows of the narrative. Welcome to Elk is unique in its bold experimentation with truth and fiction. You'll encounter real-life stories shared through live-action video and text, blending seamlessly with the fictional world. These tales, sourced from real people and adapted to protect identities, delve into themes of trauma, resilience, and human connection. This approach invites you to reflect on how stories shape our understanding of life and community. The music and sound design amplify every emotional beat, drawing you deeper into Elk's world. While short, the game's length feels intentional, offering a compact yet profound experience. It's not about revisiting content, but embracing the fleeting, impactful nature of storytelling. In Welcome to Elk, you're not just playing a game, you're exploring the art of storytelling itself. It's a one-of-a-kind adventure that challenges conventions and leaves you pondering the anecdotes that define our lives. At number 7 we have A Normal Lost Phone, a narrative-driven puzzle game that puts you in the unsettling position of finding and unlocking a stranger's smartphone. From the moment you pick it up, you're encouraged to explore its content not out of curiosity, but out of concern. You play the role of an anonymous finder who stumbles upon Sam's lost phone on his 18th birthday. There is no tutorial, no setup, just a text message screen already open. At first, you're just trying to figure out who the owner is. But soon, you're piecing together fragments of Sam's life, his friends, family, relationships, and a deeply personal journey. The game cleverly transforms digital snooping into a compelling narrative, making you question your own boundaries around privacy and empathy. As you dig deeper into texts, emails, dating apps, and photo albums, the story unfolds organically. The writing is nuanced and heartfelt, peppered with humor, red herrings, and genuinely moving revelations. The game tackles complex topics, like identity and mental health, with care and sincerity. You might hit the occasional puzzle snag or get tripped up by confusing UK date formats in an otherwise American setting, but the overall experience is worth it. The lo-fi soundtrack accompanying your discoveries adds emotional depth, and the game never holds your hand. You infer, you connect the dots, you care. By the end, you'll find yourself reflecting not just on Sam's story, but on your role in it. A Normal Lost Phone is an evocative, empathetic gem that stays with you, long after the credits roll. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is a bit of a mixed bag. On paper, it's got variety, cozy sims, quirky indies, and even a narrative-driven gem or two. But the misleading Redeem on Steam label throws a wrench in the works, especially with Haven turning out to be a GOG key. That lack of clarity is a real mood killer. If you're down with juggling launchers though, there's fun to be had here. But for Steam purists, this bundle might not be the win it first appears to be. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And maybe consider unlocking early access to videos or buying the channel or coffee. Special thanks to Terry D for subscribing to the early access army. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.